Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the SSN Patch Notes. I am one of your hosts, Justin Larcher, and that was weird because I just went into one of my old segues when I used to say my name, my full name. I'm Larcher. I'm me. You know who I am. Down below, you see that. That is Amaranth Superfan number 1, Stephanie _ Ma. That is Stephanie with 2 N's, I _ MAH.
Yeah.
Steph, how are you today?
I'm tired.
Yes.
And I'm also not an Amaranth super fan. I've never seen a single stream.
You're right. You're a simp. I'm sorry. I should have categorized you correctly.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
No, we have quite a bit to talk about. One is a returning topic that was on the SSN podcast in a way that evolves around Amaranth. But we're gonna talk a little bit more in depth about how she's being perceived as now. We also have the news.
Larcher?
Yes.
If I don't know what the SSN podcast is and want to watch it, where can I watch it?
You can go ahead. Lucky enough, it's a good question to ask that. You can go ahead and watch that on, well, multiple places, to be honest. You can go ahead and watch that at patreon.com/Select Start Network when we go live each and every week at Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for our patrons. Or you can go and catch it every Monday, the following Monday, on youtube.com/LiveSelectStart. Or when we have our free content, like we're about to do for the next little bit, we're going to have a free content 2-month period pretty much, due to the fact that there are a lot of shows that have been canceled or postponed or moved around. We're going to, the next 2 months, we're going to have nothing but free content for y'all here on twitch.tv/SSNplays. Do you like that? Did it make you happy? Will I get the simping of Amaranth from you now?
No.
Damn, I was so close. No.
I don't even simp for my own boyfriend. I don't know what you want.
But with that being said, we do have quite a bit to talk about today. Some gaming entertainment, whatever you want, streaming related news, which fits us just fine. Like I said, involving Amaranth. Of some information, some unfortunate news that's coming out of Activision Blizzard about the hostile environment there. We do have some actual video game news about Mortal Kombat topping up one of its biggest sales ever in the franchise history. And we'll talk about that in a bit. And also, a new season of Apex Legends coming out with the new legend being revealed. Some potential nerfs, buffs, changes to the maps. A whole bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about here on the SSN Patch Notes. But first and foremost, Steph, what have you been playing lately?
Nothing. Besides Genshin, nothing.
Speaking of Genshin, something happened just before we went live that you got very excited about.
Yeah, use your Twitch Prime subs. There's a Genshin code for Twitch Prime.
There it is.
It's great.
Did it say what it unlocks? Like, what is it giving you?
It gives you 60 Primo Gems, some character level up material, I think, and one other thing. I think money.
So, that being said, I'm guessing the Primo Gems are like your in-game currency to buy exclusive, normally behind paywall content?
Yes. So Primo Gems basically fund things called wishes, and wishes are part of the gacha, which basically you pull for characters and you pull for weapons. And that's the big part. Like, the gacha part is the big part.
Got it. Which is like what Genshin Impact is really. That's their revenue stream, is really in those mechanics, correct?
Larcher, people spend $10,000 on this game. It's big.
Look, I can judge a little bit because I spent a lot of money on a dying game in Siege, and I've started putting some money into Apex now because I have caught the Apex bug galore. It is kind of nuts. That's what I've been playing recently. It has been a lot of Siege Battle Pass grinding and just having fun in Apex. It's been kind of a fun time. I've slowly gotten a little bit better. I can snip as a sniper now. For the schmucks at home, don't worry. I am still gonna stick with Siege no matter what until X-Defiant comes out and it, inevitably becomes the new game that Ubisoft focuses on and Siege dies out. It'll be a sad day, but that's what's gonna happen. We all know it. But more importantly, today we are going to talk about quite a few different things. Like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, Steph, I have to ask you right here, right now, what would you like to start off with? I'm going to give you a dealer's choice. Would you like to start with the Amaranth, Activision, the Mortal Kombat story, or the new releases happening in Apex Legends?
Well,
So many choices.
let's start with Amaranth.
Amaranth. All right. For those who don't know, here's a not too long, didn't read TLDR history of Amaranth, but basically, here's as much as we could put in for the time being. Amaranth is a Twitch streamer who first started pretty much as a cosplayer on stream, doing dumb things, kind of a la, we'll say, wow, why can't I remember her name? Jessica Negri. I don't know why I blanked on Jessica Negri's name, but Jessica Negri. Just putting horse heads on, playing games, wearing some skin tight outfits, which were never crossing lines with Twitch's TOS, but clearly was trying to garner the attention of a certain demographic on Twitch. Horny boys. let's be honest. And horny girls. And horny girls. I'm not going to discriminate. Anyone can be horny. Yeah. And anyone can be attracted to anyone in this world, and I'm fine with that as long as it's consensual. But she has
End of age.
Yes, end of age. And the same. All right, no, we're gonna stop there. All right. But more importantly, what started happening with her, she started joining into this fad, this trend that has happened on Twitch, where female Twitch streamers are consistently, how do I say this, trying to push the envelope as to what is accepted to be viewed on a open streaming platform for the world to see. As some of you probably already know, she was a part of the big wave of the hot tub meta on Twitch, where female streamers, majority, female streamers would put on very skimpily clad pieces of clothing and would sit down in a tub or a balloon pool, blown up pool, and just kind of talk to chat and just kind of bounce around. Or sometimes play games. Some of them did. I'm not too sure. It's weird. It's vague. It got to the point where Twitch had to start banning some people like Indie Fox and Amaranth and quite a few different other ones. It garnered a huge discussion on Twitch about whether or not that kind of thing should be appropriate on Twitch. It also garnered a lot of attention of the idea of, is this acceptable for not just women, but for people in general to be posting this kind of content on what a lot of people consider a family-friendly, in theory, platform? Because this, or at least of all ages platform, specifically. Let's be more specific. Not family, but of all ages platform. I've already spoken my piece on that before in the past, where I have said I think you can do whatever you want on the internet. That is clear as day, as long as you're not hurting yourself, others, or try not to, not even try, just don't offend anyone. Being in a hot tub in a bikini does not offend anyone. You might not agree with it on your end, like your views, but I 100% agree that it does not belong on Twitch. If you want to do that on your OnlyFans, do that on Pornhub, do that on anywhere else that allows that kind of content. Get your money, get paid. Just don't do it on a platform where a 10-year-old, or like my son might be like, look, it's okay. Twitch is great for everyone. Let's see what's there. The front page, someone named Amaranth. Oh my god. That's kind of hard as a kid to then try to prove to your parents that Twitch is an okay platform to be on, to say the least. It also doesn't help that she doesn't age-gate her content, which is also a big problem. Everyone has the option of putting on something that says this is a mature themed stream, or you wish to continue. She does not do that. And that is also kind of a big offense. Nonetheless, she's been banned multiple times for this. She has also been part of the now notorious, I'm sure you've seen this, Steph, the ASMR ear-licking stream. Mm-hmm. Where at first...
Now tell me more, Larcher.
You know what?
More about this ear-licking stream.
I would love to demonstrate on this microphone what it is, but I don't want to get banned, so I'm not going to. Basically, it is people taking the binaural, I think it's binaural microphones, and quite literally simulating what they say, simulating getting your ear licked in a non-sexual way, except for the fact that in Amaranth's case, she was posing in very suggestive positions the doggy style, whatever you want to call it, all those fun
Larcher, this is a
positions.
family-friendly stream.
That's why I'm being not as perverse as I could be. All right. Then also not licking the microphone, clearly acting, performing fellatio on the microphone. That is exactly what she was doing. I don't care what anyone says. At least the first time she got caught. She got a 3-day ban and has come back since. And with that, she promoted her OnlyFans, which has only exploded since the events of the ban. Indie Fox, unfortunately, another member of this whole, push the envelope clique, I think has received a permaban and has not returned. And I don't think Twitch will be revoking her ban as it stands at the moment. There's an article on Kotaku that talks about the history of Amaranth, which I will put inside of the chat right now for those who are interested in reading it, to garner your own opinion about the person and who they are all about and what they're all about. Upon reading this, she has admitted that she is herself a troll. She does this because, and she considers herself much like another Twitch streamer out there, or former Twitch streamer by the name of Devin Nash, who was also known at the time by another name, which I can't remember anymore what it is, but he was a gentleman who would do public events, geotag himself to his chat so they can go ahead and find him, and then kind of push the envelope, daring to get swatted. And he got to the point where Twitch had to actually permanently ban this man because obviously it's considering acts of terrorism. Constantly getting swatted is not a good thing. Promoting it is disgusting, and it is a waste of law enforcement's time. That being said, she has not done anything like that. She herself has been swatted before because people have figured out where she lives. It's unfortunate. No one should have to go through that. But it comes down to the idea of, Steph, I ask you this. Is what Amaranth, what she's doing on Twitch, would you consider this acceptable? Because it technically, for the most part, lives within the world of TOS on Twitch. Or is she just manipulating a system that still has a lot more refinement left in it? Your thoughts?
I think. Oh. It's difficult to say because for a lot of women, it's like when you say anything about the subject, it's like you're either pro-woman or anti-woman, but it's not that case typically.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hot tub meta, whatever people want to call it, I think that was fine. It was all within TOS. There were like bikinis aren't, like EGOT, like Twitch specifically says like as long as you're wearing things appropriate for the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Which is like if you're in a pool or a hot tub, a bikini is fine. A swimsuit is fine. I think that meta was, people were just scared and didn't want to see like women like in a sense like abuse this small loophole. Oh look, Larcher's leaving.
Oh, I'm just
just like my dad.
Stop it. I'm just making sure
my dad didn't leave. My dad's still with me. I don't
want
to say this.
I was about to say that. Hey, Papa Ma.
So I think that was fine. But with the whole ASMR thing, I kind of agree with both sides. It's like if you are a woman and you are doing these things and you are making bank, good for you, sweetie. Like you do that. You make that bank, you take it to the actual bank and you invest in whatever you want. Like some women are like lucky and blessed to have certain qualities about them that people find really attractive. Like I said before the podcast, Amaranth is very pretty. She's a very pretty individual, right? And obviously she knows this and she uses it to her benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So if she can use that and make money off of it and promote her OnlyFans, like she made bank with her OnlyFans. Oh my dear lord. Like she can do that, good for you. But at the same time, it's like, yes, Twitch is I don't want to say a fam.
It's not family friendly. It's just an all ages platform.
Yeah. And I think some people are arguing it's like, well, Twitch should add an NSFW like category, but like they shouldn't. Like, I understand the mentality behind that, because then like women who want to do these things, like, go women, go, like, your body is wonderful, do all these things. But Twitch adding an NSFW category isn't the way to do that, because like a lot of people said, and I think I was watching a video by Ludwig a while ago when this whole thing was happening. It's a lot of partners, especially partners, they benefit from advertisers and people, like, ad revenue on the beginning of their streams and getting sponsored. And if Twitch adds an NSFW category, a lot of like people will pull out because that's not what they want to associate their brands with. Like, I don't know if Coke advertises on Twitch, but I know like Coke won't even sponsor anyone who has sworn in content.
Well,
like,
fuck.
Coke is so like
they are family friendly.
They are family friendly. They are for like, it's a no-go kind of thing. And if you have like big names like Coke, and like they have people like Grubhub and big tech giants who like all advertise on the site, like if you add an NSFW channel, like some will stick around because, you know, some obviously will, but majority of the time, like, a lot of people aren't going to stick around because that's not what aligns with their brand, and that is fine. A company has a brand, and if it doesn't align with their brand, they don't need to associate. So yeah, I don't, like, you do you, honey. Good for you. You're hot. Good for you. Do your shit. But don't do it on Twitch. Like, do it on your OnlyFans.
Yeah,
like,
that I think that's the people who are arguing that there should be an NSFW category in Twitch. You kind of hit the nail in the coffin with the idea of, well, then sponsors are going to pull out because they don't want, even by accident, even if Twitch promises that no adverts of theirs will hit those videos. We've seen it happen 1,000 times. Accidents happen, and a video will play with, you know, like, oh, Fast 25 coming out this summer, and then what's the next thing you see? Anal insertion. Like, it just happens. Like, it just or whatever, like, or just even like the someone doing body paint, but they're physically naked while they're painting themselves, or an artist is painting them.
I mean, technically, you can't be physically naked.
Well, look, all right.
You gotta
be naked. You're naked. All right, you're naked. I'm just saying, and someone's doing body paint, and then everything's revealed while they're body painting, and after an ad of whatever, of fucking McDonald's new Happy Meal toy from the Teen Titans or something. You know what I mean? It will literally bankrupt Twitch. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. And Twitch is already considering, they've already admitted that they're not profitable still. They're still not profitable. And to do something like that will just increase the time that it would take for this company, this platform, to actually be positive, as they say. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like a lot of streams also need to, like you said, Amaranth doesn't like mature gate her streams. Like, I think a lot of streamers need to do that, and it's the youngest age you can be on Twitch is 13. That's the youngest you can be to have an account. Obviously, we know people break these rules. I broke the rules for Facebook, yada yada yada. It happens. But to mature gate, I think, yes, people will click through, but I think it is another barrier for things. Like, I've had people come onto my streams, and I have a personal problem with this, where people try to dictate how I run my stream, and they're like, oh, could you not swear on stream? And I'm like, I understand that you don't enjoy swearing, but I have mature gated my stream. I have said this is for mature audiences only, and swearing is under that category. So if you are uncomfortable, I'm sorry. Like, I try not to swear too much. Obviously, while playing Siege, that's a different story. But, like, I try not to, but it's like, I play shooter. Siege is a mature rated game, right? Like, I openly advertise. I'm like, this is not family friendly. Like, I talk about anything under the sun. So it's like, for you to come in and ask me to do this, it's like, did you not read everything? Right?
Yeah. Or did you just mindlessly
like click through?
Yeah.
I think it's something that more Twitch streamers need to have on, and to make sure that people understand, like, this is a mature stream. Like, some streams are family friendly. Like, some streams are there to be no swearing, whole family can have lots of fun, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But most streams on Twitch, people swear. Like, it's just part of
Their character.
Twitch culture.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's just streamers need to be more upfront with their community and make it clear that this is something that's happening and that's the expectation. Because it's like, if your community can't get with it, then I don't think they should be allowed in the community. Like, they can still watch the content, but it's just, this is a wall. If you can't get over this wall, then you're kind of out of luck, buddy. Like,
yeah. It is, like I said, I think we're both in agreement on this. This is something that would be clearly she's putting this content out. This somewhat pushing, well, not somewhat, it is pushing the limit of TOS on Twitch because she has a stronger or bigger following here than she does technically on her OnlyFans. Even though on OnlyFans you can also charge whatever amount you want. Like, you could start off your thing as like,
charge $100 for a picture of like cleavage.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Because you're someone who's popular on the internet, people will buy it. It's just that simple.
And you're pretty.
Yes, and you're pretty. It is something that is happening where they can gate whatever amount they want, and people will either do it or they won't. Versus a cheap platform on Twitch where there are free memberships that you can get with your Prime Gaming, which you should absolutely use on here on twitch.tv/SSN Plays or twitch.tv/Stephanie_Ma. Use your Twitch Prime for either one of those accounts.
I barely stream these days. Don't do it.
That being said, it is something that she's taking advantage of because, like I said, bigger following, more money. Technically, I still guarantee she makes more money here than she does over on OnlyFans, at least for the time being. I'm sure it's going to be at a certain amount of time that's going to change, and then she could either stream less here or not care about what happens here as much, and then continue living off of OnlyFans income. Or you could always become one of the partnerships and go ahead and jump onto excuse me,
Facebook?
Well, not even Facebook, but like no, honestly, Pornhub, Xvideos, YouPorn, a bunch of these people who would be more than happy to sponsor someone who has a bigger following online that's not just your average like porn star or adult entertainer. And you'll get money off of that too, because you'll have exclusive content of yours on that channel. And oh my God, let's go see what that is. And that can drum up more controversy for you, which then will also drum up more money for you in the long run. It's how it is.
I will say though, you can stream on OnlyFans. Like, there are people who stream on OnlyFans, and OnlyFans has a streaming like service, right? So it's like, I think that if obviously these amazing women, they do what they want, they go about, but if you like took the ear licking streams, streamed it off of OnlyFans, you would still make bank.
Yeah.
You know, like, people need to subscribe to your OnlyFans to watch those live streams, you know?
Yeah, some people might just be there to support you in general.
Yeah. Like, you could do that, and then on Twitch you can follow Twitch TOS a bit better than pushing the envelope as what you're doing. But you know, they're not, in the end, they're not harming anyone physically. And I'm like, you know, whatever you choose to do, you do.
Yeah. Pretty much it comes to the idea of like Twitch just needs to, if they really want this to stop, they just have to say no. We don't allow this, and put the hammer down. Take a little backlash from the fans for about 5 minutes, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, look, something pretty. Oh, look, Ninja's doing something," and then it'll be fine. That's just what's gonna happen. The most vocal people.
Ninja's back on Twitch, right?
Yeah, Ninja's back on Twitch. He's falling apart on Twitch, but it's fun to watch in that sense. He's going back to his old trolley sense where he's like yelling and cussing and like calling people trash. He's no longer the wholesome, like, I'm a good guy. Haha, kids, come watch me play Fortnite. It's him being like literally calling people like, you pussy little piece of shit. That like on stream and stuff, and him just losing his mind, not being in touch with his fan base.
I don't watch Ninja.
No, neither do I. I've just seen the highlights.
After seeing his wonderful tweets about how his braless wife was a sandwich, I was like, buddy, let's not.
Yeah, like I said, the man is not in touch with reality. One of the things that is in touch with reality and is crazy to see is the latest press release done by NetherRealms talking about the sales numbers for Mortal Kombat 11. And this kind of blew my mind, especially if I read this correctly. And this is an article that can be found on Gaming Bolt. Once again, I will put this inside of the, gotta make sure I have the right mouse, the chat, so people can go ahead and read along if they want. This one's a lot smaller than the Amaranth one, I promise. But it is written by Ravi Sinha. And here we go. It's in a new press release. NetherRealm Studios and Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment announced that Mortal Kombat 11 has sold over 12 million units worldwide. Released in 2019, it was last reported to have sold 8 million copies as of October 2020. Thus far, total sales for the franchise has crossed 73 million copies. Wowzers. Okay. This is I never thought that a fighting franchise could become so popular that it could reach almost the 100 million mark off just one release. Steph, have you ever played Mortal Kombat at all?
Nope.
There's not been a single Mortal Kombat that you've never played? You're blowing my mind right now.
Larcher, think about it. I only really started gaming like 2 years ago. Like, legitimately, like 2 years ago.
Okay. Well, this is the kind of... I want to put this into perspective to you, all right? So, Mortal Kombat 11 alone, all right?
Mm-hmm.
12 million copies sold worldwide. The franchise as a total has sold 73 million. It's been out for 30 years. That amount, 12 million copies sold. Hold on, I'm grabbing the wrong... I keep grabbing the wrong... You're gonna see it in chat. I put 1212 because I was putting it in the wrong... I was putting it into the wrong keyboard. This makes up, if I'm not mistaken, 16% of Mortal Kombat's total sales. That is insane to think about. That 11 alone has made up to 16% of its total sales. It's a franchise that I don't think anyone ever saw coming to be as big as it is now, especially on the 11th release. Did this help that there was a movie coming out? Maybe. I'm going to say no. I think this did its sales all on its own with actually adding a decent story and releasing content that most people don't call broken anymore. I don't see anyone ever argue or complain about this. It is mind-boggling that they've been able to have a steady pace of release with almost non-game breaking problems. It's something that a lot of companies should take note.
Let me just say, though, the only thing I heard about Mortal Kombat 11, until you mentioned this, is didn't Megan Thee Stallion advertise? Like, she did a thing with them. Like, she has following.
There you go.
Know? She's also insanely gorgeous. Like,
again.
Wow.
I'm starting to learn more
I like
and more.
pretty women.
Yeah, I'm learning so much.
Pretty women are great. Do you not like pretty women, Larcher?
I mean, that's why I married my wife. Don't worry about it.
Good job.
yeah. See, that does an easy slam dunk. You just lowered the fucking basket all the way down for me. I just went, ugh. What
You're welcome, Tracy.
Yeah. What isn't a slam dunk? Well, you know what? I'm gonna consider it is the segue to our sponsor, which is us. I just want to remind everybody that this week's episode of the SSN Patch Notes is brought to you by us, the people here at Select Star Network, but more importantly, the giveaway that we are doing on August 28th of this year. Obviously, we are giving away one singular uno
mas?
No, just uno Xbox Series
Uno mas?
S to anyone who decides to follow us here on twitch.tv/SSN Plays. If you decide to subscribe, it just gives you a higher chance of winning. But because this is not gambling, you can just follow and you win. There's a chance of it. If you're interested in doing so.
Gambling.
Stop it. Twitch, we are not gambling. This is not a gambling ring. They just have to follow.
Have you heard about the pay-to-win gambling thing recently?
Okay, you're gonna have to hold on a
On
second.
Twitch?
You're gonna have to give me a second here. Just go ahead and subscribe or follow. That's all you have to do, and you'll be entered for August 20th draw for an Xbox Series S, and follow the instructions once that has happened. Now, hold on a second, Steph. You just brought something new here to my ears. What are you on about? Let's go talk about it.
You don't know about the whole crypto thing?
Are you thinking about the
FaZe
pump and
Clan
dump?
and-
Oh, yes. You know
and,
what?
like-
Let's talk about that. That is the whole.
No, but it's like apparently we'll get back to FaZe Clan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
Let's get to that.
Apparently people are like actually just gambling on stream, and like those online gambling things, they're gambling on stream, and so that it's a big thing. I heard it from Phil DeFranco, I think,
Okay.
because the only news site you need, an old white man on the internet telling people to stop being stupid. But yeah, FaZe Clan. Let's get
All
to
right,
that.
let's jump into this. Is actually hot news here because this wasn't even on the docket. But for those who don't know, not FaZe Clan itself, but a lot of its members are in a lot of hot water. One of them has been released. Other ones, but two of them have been put on like leave or whatever. And one of them was Rice Gum, and I don't fucking care about Rice Gum. He's a piece of shit, and I don't give a shit about that guy at all. But basically what is happening is a lot of members of FaZe Clan and Rice Gum decided to start promoting this cryptocurrency. I think it was called For the Kids or Save the Kids, or something like that, something around those names. And they were pushing
Something about kids.
Pardon?
Something about kids.
Yeah, something about kids. And it was basically the idea of, if you want to help out this charity, you just have to buy into this cryptocurrency, and then the idea, I guess, would be whatever you put in gets put towards the charity, right? That sounds like a great idea. Except there was one problem. All of these people who are part of FaZe Clan, which FaZe Clan has announced multiple times that they did not tell their members to do this, that they did not encourage their stablemates to go ahead and promote this. They're trying to separate from this as much as they can. Nonetheless, they are those members. One of them was a dude who got banned on Fortnite because he was purposely using hacks on stream. How easy it is to use them, which you're an absolute idiot for doing. I don't care if you're fucking 12 years old. You don't fucking do that, you dumb kid.
Don't cheat, guys. On your spouse, in games, on your tests, in your drug tests.
Just
don't cheat.
Don't cheat. Just don't cheat. Just don't cheat.
Don't do it.
Yeah. But what they ended up by doing is once a certain number of people have purchased into the cryptocurrency, which whatever those members thought was good, they then did what is called a pump and dump, which was the moment that cryptocurrency reached the limit that they wanted for it to be worth something, all those people in FaZe Clan and Rice Gum just sold all their
shit
shares
out of it.
They sold all of their stuff. They made mad bank, and then the value of that cryptocurrency dropped dramatically to the point where it is now worthless, leaving the people who put into it thinking that, hey, cool, my favorite FaZe guys are supporting this. Oh, cool. I'm an idiot who supports Rice Gum. I love diss tracks. Decided to go ahead and put that to support them because they're supporting this charity. Now their value is nothing. They don't owe money, but it's going to take a long time, or not going to happen where they will actually break even again with this cryptocurrency.
I don't like crypto in general. I don't like any form of crypto. The freaking Wall Street whatever thing is already annoying enough, but crypto is like terrible for the world and stuff like that. So is NFTs. Don't do fucking NFTs. Any esport organization, tiny tangent, any esport organization that sells out to NFTs is fucking dumb. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like when 100 Thieves did it, I was like, this is so, like, they do know how terrible it is for the environment, right? But anyways, but like to do this is so dumb because I was watching Phil DeFranco's thing on the whole situation. It's like people can search up your whole crypto like selling thing. Like they can find your whole portfolio. It's available for everyone to see because it's online. And it's like, just don't do it. It's dumb.
Matt in chat, our brisket in Texas, Matthew, pointed out that in a way it is
Man
the
hasn't even
stock
been to
market for
Texas in
millennials.
2 years.
It is this
Love
idea
you,
that you
Matt.
do have to be very careful with cryptocurrency, something that people don't notice, like you have mentioned. Every part that happens, whatever transaction, whatever movements, whatever happens with this cryptocurrency, anyone can easily track it. There is no
Mm-hmm.
security behind it. There's no secrecy behind it. Some people like that. Others don't. Others have that issue. Because you could then find out that this person who gave you this cryptocurrency that you purchased, whatever, somehow, we'll say theoretically, tracks its way down to blood diamonds. How? Who knows
Oh no,
how?
blood diamonds.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it just finds its way there. That's just a thing that can
Yeah.
happen. Or that somehow this was a part of some kind of child trafficking income source. Whatever it may be. It just,
Don't traffic children, guys.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff we're saying not to
Don't
do.
do it.
But that being said, as I mentioned, FaZe Clan is it's called Save the Kids cryptocurrency. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the people that have been suspended from FaZe Clan is Nikan and Tico. Fucking these names, man. And Jarvis, and they let go of someone specifically. I can't remember who that person's name is. I can't seem to find it.
Hey.
Yeah. And then there's people like XQC and Destiny stating that the members were all aware of the charity Bitcoin was illegitimate, by co-owner banks has denied any involvement in the situation. So now there are people like
thing-
Destiny, XQC just being like, oh, I know, they knew exactly what they were doing, and FaZe Clan influenced it.
The thing is that, to be fair, one of the members who was promoting the crypto has previously done crypto scams.
Yes.
So,
This is not the first time
suck
there's
on a
been
dick.
pump-ups. Yeah. It's also why
but
a lot
the thing is, like,
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I don't. This is going in more into who stuff doesn't. I don't particularly like XQC.
No one does.
There are. Let's speak about his viewer count, Larcher.
No, there's just trolls. Don't worry about it. It's just trolls being trolls.
Yeah, I don't particularly like XQC and how he approaches things and how he still says certain words that we shouldn't be saying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, according to Phil DeFranco, apparently he was like making fun of a lot of like the people who were doing the pump and dump, and it's like, apparently XQC used to like gamble on stream, like he used to do gambling streams. He doesn't anymore apparently, but it's like, I'm like, can you really make fun of people for doing shady shit when you do shady shit? Also, don't steal other people's emotes, XQC. Like, fucking hell. Ray worked hard on his old man emote.
There's a
How
lot.
dare you steal it?
There's a lot to unpack here. That's I was not prepared for this, so unfortunately I don't have a lot to say. But
You didn't know that he stole Ray's emote?
I had no. Unfortunately, I don't follow Ray on Twitch anymore. I haven't in a long time. But consider this: not only are you stealing someone else's emote, you're stealing someone else's work. You're stealing another artist's work that put time and effort into creating that, and they're not getting paid from your shitty ripoff and changing of a color skin to fit whatever you're doing. That's like fuck off.
Jumping into Dark Zero.
Oh, please go
Because we
ahead.
never talked about Dark Zero.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Just don't steal other people's artwork, guys. So if you don't know, Dark Zero had a creative director named Deadbird. Deadbird, tons of people in the Siege community really like Deadbird's work because he made a bunch of cool looking skins, and then obviously they started working for Dark Zero, and then he made the mural for Dark Zero's Valorant team, and then he also made the recent Sakura Ninja whatever
Yeah.
gun skin for in Siege. Turns out, man traced most of it. So don't steal a lot of people's artwork. And it bothers me when people, like content creators, don't understand the severity of it. The particular person I'm talking about is Varsity Gaming. Went onto Twitter and he's like, I don't see the problem of this. It's just art. Like, no art is original. And I'm like, I get, like, yes, in a sense. But it's also like, you taking someone else's art, tracing it, changing it like a tiny bit, but basically not at all, and then profiting off of it is a different thing. Like, to make money off of other people's work is scummy in any kind of sense. Like, stealing someone's book idea, stealing someone's content. And I know a lot of people, Bikini Body was ragging on Varsity. He's like, Well, you have a problem of people like taking your clips and putting them into like clip videos, and then
Yeah,
you're like, that's different. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like,
it's
it's the same
exact.
thing. Like, people are
It's
stealing your content
yep.
to profit off of. It's just for some reason in society we think it's okay to steal artwork, but it's not. Like, artists work hard on their stuff. Like, I know so many talented artists. Don't steal artwork and profit off.
Don't
It's
cheat. Don't
TLDR.
steal artwork.
Don't do it, and don't profit off of it, and like don't claim it as your own. Like, damn. Okay, back to whatever we were talking about.
Well, more importantly, no, these were good rants. These are important things. One thing that which is the title of this week's episode, we haven't even touched on, and we're almost
Don't
the
be
hour.
sexist.
We're almost at the hour mark, but we do have to talk about this. It's an article from from Bloomberg, which, oh my god, these guys are on fire, where they will literally review everything. They'll talk about anything, and I really appreciate for that, because also their information is actually pretty detailed and noteworthy. I'm gonna post the article here in chat, but it talks about, which a lot of people already know about, but the frat boy culture that is taking place in Activision and / Blizzard that has been going on for a few years now. For those who don't know, I'm going to quickly go over some of the details here. Unfortunately, Bloomberg, there you go. This article is written by Maeve Alsup. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. She's a legal reporter, and she talks about what's happening here. This just kind of goes over the allegations and charges that are being put towards Activision Blizzard. I would highly recommend for people to go ahead and get more information, not just based off of this, but have more detailed of what's happening. But this is to give you kind of a quick summary of what this article talks about, where there's a complaint that got filed on Tuesday, so that was Tuesday of July 21st, so that of that week, towards Activision / Blizzard, about the frat boy culture in which female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, unequal pay, and retaliation, according to a lawsuit filed by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. The article continues and goes on to talk about how about roughly 20% of Activision's workforce is female employees, and they are subjected to a pervasive frat boy workplace culture, including cube crawls, which I didn't even know that was a fucking thing until I read this, in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol as they crawl their way through various cubicles in the office, and often engage in inappropriate behavior toward female employees. Doesn't end there, because why would it not just end there? Why does it's gotta be more? Because people are fucking degenerates. It continues how it talks about how some females would be held back from promotions because of the possibility that they might become pregnant, being criticized for leaving work to pick up their children from daycare, being kicked out of location rooms so male colleagues could use the room for meetings. Lactations? Oh, for lactation. Excuse me, lactations. What did I just say?
Location.
Look, excuse me. That makes a lot more sense now. Lactation rooms, which are meant for women to a different kind of pump and dump for their kids. Okay? This is the good kind of pump and dump. You fucking sycophants who would stop women who are trying to take care of their children by... Oh my god. Anyways.
Yeah, but I want to see them, so I don't want them to be in the location.
One of the worst parts in all of this, it comes in from, like, also they would have to be subjected to disgusting displays of dialogue, including like rape jokes or derogatory terms towards people getting raped and all that stuff, because it's a predominantly male empowered culture. It's to the point where I want to get this part here, because this part is the one that really, to me, is disgusting. The suit also points to a female Activision employee who took her own life while on a company trip with her male supervisor. The employee had been subjected to intense sexual harassment prior to her death, including having nude photos passed around at a company holiday party, the complaint says.
Don't do that.
It's gone to the point.
Scumbag.
Yeah, you're a fucking scumbag, whoever did that. It doesn't matter if that woman shared those photos with you. It is not your property and decide to share it with the rest of the world. It is disgusting. You are fucking filth, and you should be held responsible. I'm not saying legally, but at least morally or something, because that woman decided to take her own life because that was the only escape that she had because of your idiotic decisions. You are fucking scum. The only thing that Activision can say is that
we're investigating it.
Yeah. Is this statement that they have here. We value diversity and strive to foster a workplace that offers inclusivity for everyone. There is no place in our company or industry or any industry for sexual misconduct or harassment of any kind, a spokesperson from Activision Blizzard said in a statement. We take every allegation seriously and investigate all claims. In cases related to misconduct, action was taken to address the issue. Clearly, nothing fucking changed. If this is still an environment that fosters that kind of degeneracy, yeah, I don't want to sound like we just rant all the time on this show about the indecencies, about the indecencies that happen in the world. How some of this might not be game related. These are people who are passionate, who care about this craft, who want to make their art, whether it be character designs, developing stories, cinematics, whatever it is. And these unfortunate souls, these women, are subjected to constant harassment, to guys who have been in the world that they think is a boys' club, which has not ever been a boys' club. It is just what people like to perceive. My goddamn co-host right here ain't a dude, and knows so much more about certain parts. What? Knows so much more.
Damn,
about
I thought I
video
had the
games.
biggest dick.
I mean, look, you and Fly can do whatever you want when you're pegging. That's not this kind of place. That's for the OnlyFans, Steph. That's for your OnlyFans. We're on Twitch. We talked about this. That being said, it is unfortunate that this is still something, even past the Me Too movement, even before that, even after, or ever in between. This is not something that should ever have been acceptable. People are people, and we respect people. I don't care if you're male, female, in between. I don't give a shit. You take care of each other. It's as simple as that. Steph, please go ahead now.
There's a lot of people who are like, wow, it's not happening in my industry. It is happening in your industry. You just don't look hard enough, or you aren't perceptive enough, or you're not listening to the right people. Because I can guarantee you that it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Every single person. Like my first part-time job at the age of 16, it was at a media center, and I pitched an idea to my boss, I guess, at that time. The man had the audacity, instead of turning me down politely or saying, like, this is why I don't think your idea would work, he fell backwards onto a folding table and then onto the ground because my idea just wasn't good enough. Like, it's not, like, it's a thing. Like, women in every industry, it's a thing. It's why the glass ceiling exists. It's why pay gaps are a thing.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of full-time jobs, women don't get paid as much as men, and that's the reality, and that's something that we need to face head on. Because, like, women are great, and they should be paid just as much as men.
100%.
You know?
100%. There should not be an equality pay ever. That is not something that should. That is an old mentality from like the 1960s and 50s that just shouldn't exist to this day. If you're qualified to do the job, you are qualified to do the job. It is that simple. If you get a raise because you are better at that job, or your employers think that you deserve it, that's a different story. But the starting wage for anyone who comes into any business, company, whatever, should be equal. Simple as that. I don't want to end on a downer, but I fortunately, unless you can think of a positive, funny story, I think that's what we're gonna have to call it, Steph. Do you have something?
Oh,
Apex Legends! Apex Legends Season 10.
We'll go to that.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly go through some of those. Apex Legends, Respawn Entertainment / EA has announced that the new season, we are assuming the new season of Apex Legends is gonna be released August 3rd. So that's gonna be in 2 weeks from now. and it's going to introduce the new Legend Seer, a character who I think is completely broken just out of the gate. And I could talk about some of those abilities in just a moment. And it's coming with a new rework of World's Edge, where, for people who don't know, World's Edge is getting a, how can I
Is that the
describe?
one with sakura trees?
It's the one with
The
the
big
giant
egg thing?
It's the one with the giant fleshy leaf. That's what I always call it. The giant fleshy leaf.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. See, everyone
It's been
knows
a
what I'm
while.
talking about when I call it that. If I call it the giant fleshy leaf, people are like, "Oh yeah, I get it." But nonetheless, it's the map is getting totally destroyed. The lore pretty much is the Hammond company is not terraforming, but they're harvesting some kind of minerals or something from the core of the earth, which is now destroying the earth to the point where everything is now literally being ruptured and falling apart. There's a lot of potential news that are being leaked or teased about. One of the things that was posted in our Discord that you can go ahead to join if you hit !Discord if you're interested. It's talking about how there's a big change reportedly. This is not official, but reportedly inside of the L-Star, which is an LMG energy powered weapon, which is doesn't have a mag. It just shoots all the bullets, but it does have like an overheat option. Will now take a barrel stabilizer, extended mags, and extended mags will increase the time to overheat and a faster cooldown. If that is true, that is
That's
disgusting.
The
The L-Star is that giant, chunky, like square rectangular.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, excuse me. I have something else. I have other problems I'm talking about with my wife. Okay, that will now
Oh, this one.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Seer's abilities. This is bonkers in my mind. Passive ability is Heartseeker. While aiming down sights, Seer can hear the heartbeat of nearby legends, helping him discover the location, which is not bad. His tactical ability is what I think is nuts. His tactical ability is called Focus of Attention. Seer releases several mini drones, and after a delay, they all mark all enemies in front of him, interrupting their use of healing items and revives. And revealing their locations and health to Seer and his allies for 8 seconds. That is bananas. Okay?
BANANES?
This is like, you want to talk about like lion levels of broken? I believe this is up to that point where your position is revealed if you move or shoot.
It's a lion.
Yeah, lion. You cannot heal. You cannot res. And your health and stamina, whatever, is pinged not only for Seer, but the entire team. What? Let's not even talk about his ultimate yet, which is called Exhibit. Not the rapper. Okay. Exhibit. Seer throws out his heart chamber, which releases hundreds of mini drones, that form a sphere. Enemies that move quickly or fire their weapons, this is the part here, in their sphere are marked, revealing their location and footsteps to Seer and his allies. Enemies can destroy the heart chamber by shooting it and destroying it in a similar manner to stopping Crypto or Horizon's ultimate abilities. Except for the fact that if you shoot it, it reveals your position. So if Seer wants to, he could throw this dome out. We'll try to find you if you try to shoot it. Find out where you are, and then throw his passive, his Q ability, and then stop you from reviving or healing. That is, it's broken. That is beyond broken, and that doesn't even come. That again, there are more rumors that the Spitfire, of which I think a lot of people have already talked about, is going to be put inside of care packages, which I think is fine. A lot of people are not happy with it, and so is the alternator. Apparently, the alternator, I don't really think it should be in there. Whatever. And then there's the almost but confirmed rumor that the triple take will be removed from the care packages and will be now a on-floor weapon again. Which, if they do that, I believe will not be considered a sniper. It'll be considered a marksman rifle, and marksman rifle will either use energy or heavy ammo. That's
I
interesting.
need to play Apex again.
Apex
I
is fun.
kind of understand.
Yeah, it's just to say the rework that they're doing, the character, it's a lot coming out all at once, which could be good for most of it with the map rework and all that, because they're opening up new locations to rotate around, so you're not going through the same stale rotations. But this new legend, it's too much. I think they're giving him too
Welcome to
much too fast.
Siege Apex Legends version.
Right? There's also Iffy, that for people who know, Iffy is a.
Iffy Waddy
Thank you. Not away?
I
Yeah.
can't.
Iffy.
I pronounced Waddy or something.
Yeah.
I'm
Iffy.
sorry, Iffy.
Yeah, like you're an amazing dude. You're a funny individual on Twitter. Like he's got some of the best tweets out there. He
Man is horny on Twitter though.
Yes. So NSFW potentially, be careful. But anyways, Iffy is now working with Respawn and has announced on there that Caustic mains can rejoice because the Caustic legend now has a buff to his system, which I think is, which as a person who's now starting to play Caustic, I think is amazing. Caustic's gas damage increases every 2 seconds, starting from 5, with no limit. And but as a retaliation, his gas cloud Caustic's knocks. This is so much. Gas cloud Caustic's knocks gases. So many words. Grenade dissipates 5 seconds sooner. So it won't be on the field as long, but if you're caught in it, and every 2 seconds it goes from 5 to 10 to 15, and it doesn't stop, and you decide to stay in that gas, you're kind of screwed. Now I'm assuming this also means it's not. It's. I assume it also means it's not just for his Nox gas grenade, but it's also just for his gas canisters. So if you run into a canister that explodes, you have to get out of there as fast as you can, because every 2 seconds, that 5 damage increment will go up. But then if he also throws his Nox gas in there, you're kind of screwed. You're in just a field of smoke that will literally kill you. Caustic may have potentially become overpowered again. Hopefully not, but I can't wait to try it out. I cannot wait. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time, Steph.
See, I play Pathfinder, and I'm like level 12, and Pathfinder's great.
Oh, Pathfinder's one of the best.
I put a pretty pink skin on him, and he's a dork. I love him.
I got the rust bucket suit on him. That skin, I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
not pink.
I know.
Larcher,
I'm sorry. I don't
pink.
have the pink one. I'm sorry. But
Well, then get the pink one.
what we do have is a cue to end the stream. So, Steph, if people want to catch you and watch all the fun stuff, the cosplays, the pictures, your thoughts on stuff, where can they go ahead and catch you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. There's movement in the house. At Stephanie_Mah, STEFANNI_MAH.
There it is. And if you want to catch everything the Select Start Network does, it's quite simple. You can either go on all social platforms, search for officially SSN, or stick around here, twitch.tv/SSN Plays, and our YouTube account, youtube.com/live-select-start. If you want to support us, go ahead and use your Prime Twitch Gaming, whatever they call it now. Go ahead and subscribe for free, or $6.99 here in Canada, or you can just go ahead and go to patreon.com/select-start-network, and for about $1.20, which is $2 in Canadian, you can go ahead and subscribe there, and you'll help support us, and we'll love you forever for it. And go all the way to like the $6.50, $7, whatever it is, $8 mark. I can't remember what it is now because we've changed a lot of the stuff. I believe it's the $8 mark in Canada, and you can get all of our exclusive things live, early, ad free.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
What?
Ad free.
But for now, I have been me. This is Steph. Thank you so much for joining, everybody.
Thanks,
and I will catch you all next time. I'm probably going to go play some Apex or some Siege after the podcast is done. So I will see anyone who is there in chat down below. Goodbye, everybody. We love you. And good night. Bang! That's a Kenny Omega thing. I just had to do it. Okay, bye.